guys, thanks for joining me yet again for another video. You're back on my dash today for a more of an informative video. Wanted to give you guys sort of an update of what's going on and also talk a little bit about the clutch break-in period and what that actually means. So if you're not here for somewhat of informative content as well, then you can go ahead and click away from this video, and that's okay. Obviously every video isn't for everyone, as much as I would love it to be. So as you guys know, I installed the BFI Stage 3 clutch kit on my GTI, Mark 7 GTI, and that is single mass clutch kit, which is composed of obviously single mass flywheel, the clutch, and such and such. This would pretty much apply to any clutch that you're putting in your car, whether it's OEM or it is aftermarket. Now, I am about 350 miles into the time that I installed the clutch in the car. Now, the first 70 miles or so were just strictly driving back from Jersey. Now, I wasn't going to count those miles if it was a straight shot from here to Jersey, all highway miles with absolutely no traffic, but it actually took me almost 4 hours to get home because I was stuck in 2 hours of bumper to bumper traffic, which means clutch in, move a few inches up, clutch out, back in neutral, and then just standing back and forth. And I think that actually helped a lot when it came to the clutch break-in period and, you know, kind of getting through that. Well, most companies recommend 500 miles of daily clutch in, clutch out sort of driving. Stop and go is what they call it. Some other companies recommend 1,000 miles if you have mixed driving, such as a lot of parkway miles and then some daily driven miles. I fall somewhat in between, so I think I might take my clutch break-in period up to maybe 600-700, just because I do some parkway miles that are straight shot parkway miles, especially on weekends, and but during the week I'm stuck in a lot of traffic in New York, so I get a little bit of both worlds. In my personal opinion, I think being in between both is definitely something that you want to do, because the last thing you want to do is spend all this money on a clutch, do all this thing to get it installed, whether you're installing it yourself or getting it installed by someone else, a professional, and then ruin the clutch, because no one's going to warranty that work. If you ruin your clutch during your break-in period just because you were negligent of what you were supposed to do and you didn't do it correctly, then chances are no one's going to be on your back. Maybe you'll get the company to send you out a new clutch. That's a maybe, but that's only if you can really prove that, well, you went through the break-in period correctly. So a lot of these parts are designed a certain way, and the manufacturers give you their specific specifications because, well, they've tested it on different vehicles already. So, apologize, I have you guys back on the dash over here. So you have to adhere to those to those specifications or those instructions in order for your clutch to last a very long time. And I saw something the other day that was I've never seen in my life. I saw someone doing a hard break-in on a clutch. I've never heard of that before, so if you guys can kind of somewhat let me know down below what that really consists of, because the kid pretty much put it in third gear and let the clutch slip. It was weird. I would think that would cause glazing on the clutch pedal itself, on the clutch itself, because you're not evenly wearing out the clutch correctly over a period of time, as opposed to just doing it in one shot. There are a few restrictions when doing a break-in period on a clutch. A few things you don't want to do. One, obviously, you don't want to break it in all highway miles, because you're never really engaging the clutch. So your clutch will take a longer time to kind of, set in to the flywheel and to the pressure plate, and all kind of combine as one. Another thing you don't want to do is wide open throttle pulls. Now, you want to make sure that you are driving at a normal speed. I would say don't go past 3,000, 4,000 RPMs, and even 4,000 sometimes is pushing it depending on the power that your car is putting out, such as, you know, if you're at 4,000 RPMs, my car's producing, or is meant to produce by the JB4, somewhere around 24, 25 foot-pounds of torque. So if you're putting all that torque into that gear, then you're defeating the purpose and you're just glazing the clutch. What you want to do is you want to not create hot spots. And what going wide open throttle does is it actually creates hot spots in the clutch. And I'll put a picture somewhere, you know, I'll kind of overlay this so that way you guys can get an idea of what that looks like. But those hot spots will eventually create uneven wear in the clutch itself, and eventually the whole thing will give out prematurely. You will not get the life that you thought you were going to get on that clutch. Besides trying to break in your clutch in just highway miles and also wide open throttle pulls, be patient, young grasshoppers. No burnouts, no launches. Try not to do any of that stuff, because chances are you're going to bounce off the rev limiter and go a little bit higher than you want to go as far as boost level, and you're just going to screw up the whole thing. So I also recommend definitely none of that stuff, guys. What you want to do is you want to have 500 to 1,000 miles of stop and go time in your car. So you want to, you know, go around town for a drive, go take it to the supermarket, be in red lights, things like that. I know they're a pain in the ass, is going to be very time consuming, but those are some of the things that you definitely want to do. I hope you guys learned something from this video. I know it was obviously a little bit shorter, but I definitely wanted to, since I got the clutch, I wanted to share my experiences with you guys so that way you guys don't make any mistakes when it comes to putting in a new clutch and also keeping it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video for some more DIY stuff. Peace out.
What if it never ends? I'm like a sister.